Hi everybody, welcome back to Music Made Easy, Piano Without Theory. We're going to have another great lesson today. Today, again, without getting into the theory of why things are what they are, I want to teach you all about suspended chords and the cool sounds that they can make. So today, getting right into this, if we talk about a suspended chord, let's go back and just talk about a basic. So I'm going to play these three notes, C, E, and G. That is a C chord major. Now I can play a C on the bottom hand, this root, and it sounds really good, right? So the easy thing about a suspended chord is all you do is lift your middle finger and you can play either your ring finger or your pointer finger. And I'm going to show you what these sound like. So if we were playing a song and we were playing a C chord like this, if I lift my middle finger and play my ring finger, do you see how that suspended chord, and then when I drop down to the regular C chord, it resolves and sounds really good. You've heard me do this several times in songs that we've done here on the channel. You can do the same thing, but instead of using the ring finger, you can use your pointer finger, and it changes it all around so it sounds like you're trying to build up. Whereas this, you want something to come down. You can do this chord. Again, we'll lift our middle finger, play our pointer finger, C, D, and G. So if we put that together, we're playing a major chord now. You can imagine us doing a song. Maybe good for an ending of a song, right? And it doesn't matter what chord you use as we play these suspended chords. You can do this on any chord at all. So for instance, let's move up one note or one chord from the C and go to a D chord, a D major. So we went from C to D, and these are the notes that make up a D chord. So same principle applies. Let's use our pointer finger. We're playing this chord. Or we can use our ring finger. We're playing along, you can imagine the song going on. We play with our ring finger, and it just sounds like, oh, I gotta get there. Yeah. Now, if you'll remember, we have recently, in the past, we wrote a song together, The Knight in Shining Armor. Funny thing about this is I didn't teach you about it, but behind the scenes of writing that song, this song was about suspended chords. So let's go back and look at an F chord. F on the bottom hand, F major, F, A, and C. Now, when I wrote this song with you, all I did was I left my middle finger up and I played my pointer finger. You remember how the song went? I came up on my bottom hand, my left hand, but on the top, I just kept playing a suspended F chord, okay? Now, if you wanted to, you could change that around, and instead of playing the pointer finger, play my ring finger, and the note that you'd have to play for this suspended chord is this B flat. And we actually used that B flat. For those of you that went back and learned how to play this song, you'll recognize we used all of these notes, but we'll go. So you can play these suspended chords, a down chord or an up chord, whichever one you want, whichever one fits right in the song that you're playing. And in the song that we did, A Knight in Shining Armor, you'll notice as we went up, I played these suspended chords. Now here's what I did on this last chord. I'm playing this suspended chord, but instead of coming up to this note here, I'm gonna drop my thumb. So it's interesting, right? So now I've changed this to a C chord with a C on the bottom. So I went from a suspended F chord, I was up here. So that's as easy as it is. What I want you to be doing this week is practice how you might put suspended chords in the music that you play. Let's go back to that one song that we did where we just used our 5 fingers and a C on the bottom, and we went from a C to an E to an F to a G on our bottom note. But all we did was now let's peel back the cover on that and remember why this works. Well, what we're doing, we're playing a C chord, but we're playing that suspended note with it. We're actually playing all of the C chord plus the suspended. So that's something that you can do too. As you are playing a chord, you can play a suspended chord with the regular major chord. Or that is suspended chords, and it doesn't matter what chord you play, where you put your fingers, you can do the suspended chord. Let's do a G, regular G chord. What will we do? We will bring up our middle finger and play our ring finger. Or bring up our middle finger, play our pointer finger. You can now go create songs, go create music because you've got the power of suspended chords. This is so cool. I hope that you've been able to learn something today that's going to help you be more creative with your piano playing. If you like this and you learned something, please would you give me a thumbs up? It really helps the channel to grow and get other people involved with the music. And I would love if you would comment below and tell me if you've even known about suspended chords below. Just take a second and say yes or no. I'd like to know how many of you already knew about suspended chords. So comment below and let me know. I'll talk to you guys again next week. Have a great one. See ya.